But he got to learn it with the feet so he knows when and why he's taking that risk. You understand me?
Yeah.
That's where people like myself come in because I understand that. And they would say, why you trying? The reason I don't say much more, Steven, because I don't never want guys to think I'm trying to.
You hating on them.
I'm trying to take your
this is knowledge.
This is all it.
Was particularly anxious to fight Shakur because it's frankly probably a fight that Shakur is going to win.
Devin Haney, you know, Conor Ben, like there's a lot of fights that like Shakur can like be involved in and beat all these dudes, man. Beat all of them. Has a chance of beating all of them, right? And solidifying, you know, his mark in the sport, you know, being, you know, the great of his generation.
Boxing experts are divided on who would win if Shakur Stevenson faces Devin Haney. Both fighters are young, undefeated, and highly skilled. Stevenson is recognized for his defensive skills and precise timing, while Haney relies on speed, a strong jab, and controlling the ring.
I actually don't know. I mean, my mind says Shakur probably win, but then I see the great work that he did with Loma, or that he fight with Loma, and overcome a lot of different obstacles in that fight. It could be hard for Shakur. Shakur, right? Shakur Stevenson. As they call it'd be hard for him for the long range, the height, how big he is, stuff like that. And then what makes me think even more is when Shakur said spar with Crawford, and he had lots of problems with Crawford. Even though Crawford wasn't punching him hard or whatever, but you know what he had problems with? He had problems with the long arms and the height of Crawford. So he couldn't counterpunch like he wanted to. Go Crawford. Crawford probably would have hit him hard, but it's different, you know, he's longer and stuff, it's harder. So that could be a problem for Shakur that we don't.
Devin Haney publicly challenged both Shakur Stevenson and Keshin Davis as his next major opponents. He stated that a fight with Stevenson would be one of the biggest matches in boxing. While also expressing interest in facing Davis, Haney posted this challenge on social media, following Stevenson's recent victory.
Dream confirms what I've been saying. 3-division world champion, former undisputed lightweight, former WBC junior welterweight, and reigning WBO welterweight world champion, first ballot Hall of Famer once he retires, superstar boxer, top 5 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, Devin the Dream Haney, 33 wins, no loss and no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. He calls out another first ballot Hall of Famer of his era. Ironically enough, Devin Haney is 27, and the person he calls out is 28 years old, who's another first ballot Hall of Famer, Olympic silver medalist, 4-division world champion, former unified super featherweight, who simultaneously up until yesterday held the WBC 135-pound title and the WBO 140-pound junior welterweight title. At the same time, superstar boxer, 4-division champion, who will be a first ballot Hall of Famer, Shakur Stevenson, who is 25 wins, no losses, no draw, 11 wins by way of knockout. So Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, as I said, and Devin Haney confirmed it, as you see there, this is the next super fight in the sport of boxing.
This is expected to be a fight based more on skill than knockout power. Analysts predict that their match would be highly tactical, with both fighters relying on strategy rather than brute force.
Haney, of course, calling out Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stan, anytime you want it, we can get it done. But a little bit of this, a little bit of yakking back and forth, right? I mean, how awesome would that be? These two names,
We've been talking about
stunning
this fight for a while.
this fight for a while.
Tantalizing.
It's
But now,
tantalizing.
I tell you,
it's juicy.
I tell you, this fight now is even
it's even more juicy than it was the first time around when they were talking about it. When they were talking about it the first time around, Haney was red hot as undisputed lightweight champion, and Shakur was the boogeyman who was very good, but was having trouble locking in those big
insider
games.
boogeyman.
Right. I gotta be honest, man. Like this could, if this happens right now, this is the right timing too, because both are at a good moment in their careers.
Very high.
It's actually,
and there's a title on the line.
it's actually simmered better than it had.
Paulie Molinet, I believes. Now is the perfect moment for a fight between Stevenson and Haney. Both are champions and well-known stars. He adds that their accomplishments and fighting styles make this matchup significant for fans and important for the sport of boxing.
Was really, really something that you wanted to see, but now because of Shakur's recent performance and Haney still being undefeated and having righted the ship, winning as an underdog against Brian Norman, I rate that. I rate when you take on a fight as an underdog and you win it. I rate that. You know, that's why Haney, for me, got into the circle of trust, because he wasn't trying to milk the whole business like Gervonta Davis has. So he's taking on these kind of challenges. He's winning them. He built himself up to that level to now, okay, take on all comers, win or lose, take on all comers. He's got that win over Norman as an underdog. You can say what you want post in hindsight. In foresight, a lot of people were picking against Haney. He gets that win. Shakur, in the meantime, makes his name bigger. You gotta pump those numbers up, and he pumped those numbers up by winning the Teofimo Lopez fight. Now, you know what? Okay, now there's an interest from both fighters. A lot more money, a lot more at stake, a lot more, again, ambition. I like to use that word ambition today. And I think a lot more people will be interested in it than the first.
Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson have known each other for years. They both started young in amateur boxing before turning professional. Over time, they have followed each other's careers closely, developing mutual respect as fellow champions.
I like Shakur. I think he's good. I've been knowing Shakur since I was a kid, so I always knew that he was good. I knew that he would be at the top one day. So yeah, for sure. Yeah, me and Shakur, we've been sparring since, bro, I think my first sparring session we were like 12 years old, maybe a little bit older, but so like around it, maybe like 13 years old. So it's been times when he got the best of me and I got the best of him. But I cannot, judge him off of those sparring sessions. I know he's gotten better, just like I can't judge Ryan off of the fights we fought when we were kids, because I know that he's gotten better, and so have I. If you judge off a sparring session, I mean, you're gonna be in for a long night, especially sparring.
Roy Jones Jr. thinks Stevenson needs to improve his control of footwork. He observes that Stevenson often moves too far away from opponents after defending, which affects his positioning.
Shakur Stevenson is a very good fighter, but he got to learn, and I will hope he will pay attention to this, because this is going to mean a lot for him. His feet are good, but sometimes they take them too far out of range to be able to come back and counter. The last guy he fought, the guy was a good puncher, so when he was jumping back, he was jumping too far back out of range to where he couldn't come back and get something right away. You understand me? And for the fans, it starts to look bored.
That's how I say. I feel like he was running.
He really ain't running. He just don't understand that this is somebody that teach him. And I would teach him if they ever brought him to me and teach him. But he got to understand what I'm trying to tell him. I'm not trying to criticize him.
Right.
When you say something bad, they take this criticism.
Right.
No, son. You got to understand how to not jump. Okay. People know what the thing that dig the hole, the excavator, right?
Yeah.
If you move that thing back too far, you can't reach the job.
Right.
It's got to work, but it got to stay on the job while it works. You can't take it out of if you working with this, because this part keeps it on the job, the feet. This do the work. If you take the thing and move it back, it's off the job. It can't work no more. Right. So if you move back every time off the job, it ain't gonna ever get no work done. So now it's gonna become boring. Why? It ain't doing it. Ain't.
As a result, Stevenson sometimes misses opportunities to counterattack. Jones suggests that staying slightly closer would allow Stevenson to land counters more effectively and capitalize on opponents' mistakes.
It started on a hold and it moved to another one. When we gonna get a pond dug? We're not, because it's taking off the job too much. You gotta leave it on the job for it to get a pond dug. And that's his own thing. He a great fighter. He got great eyesight. He has great reaction time. He gonna be a great fighter. He just gotta figure out how to use them people.
Is he the best defensive fighter out of all four of them?
Right now, defensive, yes, because his defense is with his feet. Some people don't understand, defense isn't with your hands, it's with your feet. And he has the best foot defense of the game. So if he uses it for defense, when it's strictly defense, yes. But when you want to make it offensive, you can't do the same. You gotta cut it in half. And that's the only thing he had a problem with. Once he learns that, or figures that out, he gonna be a kid.
Would the skill he has now make him the best out of them four?
Right now, no. because some people gonna say, boy, and the reason the rest of them don't want to fight him is because they know he know that back foot game so well that he's not going to engage until he wants to engage. And that's a good thing too. But for the fans and to be
not right now,
the ratings, you got to be able to engage when they need you to engage. You can't.
Stevenson is confident he can outbox Haney. He believes his defense. Speed and precise counterpunching give him an advantage. By controlling distance, avoiding Haney's jab, and choosing his shots carefully, Stevenson aims to dominate the fight technically.
Personally, I'm on a different level than everybody.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to boxing, because Devin,
Stevenson has stated that if he moves up to 147 pounds, he would require a rehydration clause in the contract. He explains that post-weigh-in weight gains can create big advantages, as some fighters grow significantly overnight. The clause ensures both fighters enter the ring at a fair weight. Reflecting Stevenson's strategic approach to maintaining fairness and protecting his chances against larger opponents.
Y'all want me to come to 147, I'm coming in with rehydration clause. I don't even do that. But why am I going up to these guys' weight classes if I'm not planning on going there? So any of y'all want to fight me at 147?
Yeah, rehydration.
10 pounds.
10-pound rehydration.
That
like the IBF rule, basically.
You got to understand, that means on fight night, when we get in the ring, they're going to be 157, maybe 158.
Max.
No bigger than 160 that night.
Right.
I'm cool with that.
So if we could get it like, all right, like the IBF rule, 10-pound rehydration.
Yes, but think about it. If there's no rehydration clause, these guys gonna get it up to 170 pounds.
Yeah, 175.
I'm in the 140s on fight night.
Yeah.
So if I'm 140, they 170. Bro, I'm not, what am I in here wrestling around with these?
Right.
Come on, bro.
How did you feel at 140 though? Like compared to 35, did you feel any difference? Or was it like in your body, like does it feel any different at all or was it the same?
Both of them I'm gonna be straight because the weight is easy.
Devin's father and trainer has taken a firm stance against rehydration clauses. He insists that his fighters should regain weight naturally after the official win and compete at full strength. This could create challenges if Stevenson insists on including such a clause in a potential fight agreement.
He's on the list. Is that a fight you guys are seeking, or are you leaving it alone since he's saying that it would require Devin to get a rehydration clause? Is that something you're willing to get on a phone and discuss how many pounds exactly?
Well, when you're speaking about Debo, you might hear a whole lot of that's inconsistent with things that you say about normal fighters. When you talk about a generational talent like that, you would expect those that are elite to look to have, to be on a level playing field. What you weigh is what you weigh, and how you get down the next day is, it's what it's all about, and that's what
Stevenson's team sees the clause as essential for fairness, especially when moving up in weight. Bill Haney's refusal may complicate negotiations, possibly delaying or blocking the matchup. Trainer Wally Moses explains that these clauses prevent one fighter from regaining excessive weight, avoiding a size advantage over the opponent.
He came up there with the aspect like he's a really big guy, but he's not a really big guy, so I don't want people to think he got too much power and he's so strong, He's not no killer. You see him? Seem like a killer to you? Not to me.
Former world champion Tim Bradley believes Stevenson is on track to become one of boxing's biggest stars, potentially more popular than Terrence Crawford. While Crawford achieved elite accomplishments, he never fully reached mainstream fame. Stevenson's media presence and interaction with fans helped build his profile. Bradley thinks Stevenson's skill and confidence could make him a defining figure of the next era.
About Shakur and his I would say projection. The irony is it's crazy because back when I was helping somewhat mentoring Terrence Crawford, Terrence Crawford surpassed everything I done did and more. Interesting enough, Terrence Crawford mentored Shakur, And Terrence Crawford is on Mount Rushmore. Yeah, he is for sure. But I feel like Shakur, just like Crawford was with me, Shakur has the ability to pass Terrence.
Deontay Wilder has praised Stevenson as one of the smartest and most technically skilled boxers today. He highlighted Stevenson's ability to control distance, making it hard for opponents to land meaningful shots. Wilder also noted Stevenson's timing, counterpunching, and defensive mastery, which frustrate opponents and create opportunities. This combination makes Stevenson exciting to watch and hard to beat.
Shakur in that fight. You know what I mean? Shakur is very skillful. He's very smart in the ring, and he comes to fight every time.
I think Shakur is massively underrated in terms of his achievements and his ability. Everyone in boxing knows how good Shakur is. He is pound for pound, top 5 in terms of quality. But look at the achievements of the young man. At 28 years of age, he's already a 3-division world champion. This is to become a 4-division world champion. Quite remarkable. And Teofimo always rises to the occasion. Sometimes you see a little bit of a lackluster performance when he's not motivated, when there isn't kind of any legacy on the line. This is different. This is a sold-out Madison Square Garden between two of the elite fighters of our generation. And the best thing about this fight is we're seeing them.
After Stevenson's dominant performance against Teofimo Lopez at Madison Square Garden, Brian Bomek McIntyre praised him highly. He described the fight as a masterpiece, with Stevenson smooth, calm, and technically brilliant. Bomak highlighted Stevenson's jabs, movement, and ring intelligence, saying there was little Lopez could do. He advised young boxers to study Stevenson's performance as a textbook lesson.
Masterpiece, man. He looked so smooth, calm, and relaxed, man. That was beautiful. That was the one boxing lesson that you future guys, young guys and the amateurs just turning pro, watch that, man. That was beautiful. You heard his father say in the corner, what happened to your fast hands? That shit didn't work, man.
Just overall, like, just given the styles you know in boxing so well, like, was there any way that Teo could have put on a better performance, a better plan, and gotten a better result?
No, I don't think whatever he would have brought to the table would have worked, man. You know, Shakur just got a great boxing mind. You know, that's just it. He's got a great boxing mind. And you want to see put his mind to it, he's gonna get the job done.
What is it gonna take to beat someone like him?
I don't know, man. Probably want to stay away from that kid, man.
A potential fight between Haney and Stevenson still faces major obstacles. Both fighters remain at the top of their game, showcasing skill, preparation, and discipline. Haney has expressed his readiness to face Stevenson, acknowledging the difficulty of the match. This fight is expected to be highly competitive from start to finish.
That's truthfully what he's doing, because he's saying that he wants to fight, and he's saying that he's willing to fight Devin Haney. He did an interview on Cigar Talk, said he's open and willing to fight Devin Haney. Devin Haney is an exceptional fighter, but he can't beat him, right? Shakur's saying, but I'll beat him. Devin Haney immediately responds, and he says, you're an exceptional fighter, but 1,000%, I'm going to beat you, right? Now, here's the thing. Shakur Stevenson is saying he wants a 10-pound rehydration clause, which would mean Devin Haney can't weigh more than 157 the night of the fight. Is Devin Haney going to concede to that? I doubt it. So there's a major obstacle in the way. But nonetheless, as you watch these two fighters fight, you can clearly see, outside of cheating, they're more than likely not going to.
Stevenson has responded to Haney's recent remarks, showing he is ready for the possibility of a fight. Their exchanges reflect mutual respect and strategic thinking. Both understand that a matchup of this magnitude requires careful planning, weight management, contract negotiations, and promotion. Fans can expect a highly calculated and technically advanced contest.
He had that 4-king era, but nobody mentions Wilfred Benitez. And the fact remains is Wilfred Benitez beat Roberto Duran as well. And Roberto Duran is 1-4 against those guys. He beat Sugar Ray Leonard the first time. Outside of that, Roberto Duran, he lost to he quit against Sugar Ray Leonard. He got knocked out brutally by Tommy Hearns. He got outboxed by Marvin Hagler and outclassed by Wilfred Benitez. Right? But he's overshadowing Wilfred Benitez. And I felt like these guys, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Tank, and Tio, overshadowed Shakur Stevenson. And now Shakur Stevenson has shined the light by dominating Teofimo Lopez and Xing him out.
Who would win if Stevenson and Haney finally meet in the ring? Share your predictions and thoughts in the comments below.